Hi, good evening. I'd like to welcome you to Poem Praise 2. And peace and blessings be upon you and your family this evening. Now, we are going to get right back into Sacred Woman. Right now, we're on take number 2 of part 1, which is Ancient Ways. For the part, the ancient ways. Now, for chapter 1 of part 1, the Kemetic Nubian philosophy, this is take 2 here on Poem Praise 2. So without further ado, it reads as such. The 42 Laws of Mayat. This moral and ethical guide and the legacy left to us by our ancient Nubian Kemetic ancestors. Egyptianologists refer to them as the negative confessions or the declarations of innocence. The interpretations below came through Hiru Ankh Ra Samaji, chief priest of the shrine of Ptah in New York City. Unlike the Ten Commandments, which came from an exterior power, the 42 Laws of Mayat inspire personal responsibility and accountability to one's own indwelling divinity. We recite them at sunrise and sunset. In the morning, we say, I will not. In the evening, we say, I have not. In this way, we conduct a daily moral inventory. For the Kemites, every day is Judgment Day. Afua-Chpt. Gonna have to get that one because that's peace and blessings is what that means. Afua-Chpt or Hetepu, Hetepu. And I'm going to do some research on the pronunciation of that. Now let's continue on. The basis of Kemetic society. Every day of my life, I maintained a healthy body temple, as my ancestors did before me, by blessings and consuming the 4 elements to protect body, mind, and spirit from disease. I activate the element of spirit through meditation and Hesi, chanting. This element of spirit permeates all the elements, for nature and nature are one. My earliest ancestors were mostly vegetarians, particularly the priestess and the priest. They understood the necessity for purity in performing spiritual work, unlike many spiritual teachers of today. The basic Kemetic diet consisted of beans, lentils, peas, barley, millet, nuts, fruits such as dates, melons, and pomegranates, vegetables such as onions, cabbage, and peppers, and healing herbs such as gotu kola, nettle, aloe, garlic, and parsley. And when they were invaded by Asian nomadic shepherds, the Hyksos or Hyksos, Hyksos, more flesh foods entered the diet, thus sowing the seeds of our ultimate deterioration. My ancestors founded their entire society upon a divine spirit nature, which kept them in a state of continual purification, meditation, wellness, and harmony of the soul, body, and mind. Everything they did was sacred and nature driven. From their work to their clothing, from their relationships to their homes, temples, and government. The entire society was directed by the 42 laws of Mayat, the moral code of ethics that later inspired the Ten Commandments. This belief in the sacredness of life and of all things helped them maintain a thriving nation. Like the Hunzas, or Hunzas, Hunzas, in the Himalayas today, my people were 4,000 of years and unpoliced, peaceful people. Today, their example of divine civilization offers us a model that could, if put into practice, create global healing, comedic spiritual practices. I rise at the hour of Net Het, dawn, to call out in prayer the 42 laws of Mayat to spiritually secure my day. Then I place a Mayat feather in my hair to encourage me to live in right and truth throughout my day. For I am responsible for what I create. My ancient African ancestors taught us how to love ourselves through the divination of the body members, showing us that every part of us is a divine aspect of the Creator. From our eyes of Het Haru, beauty, to our 2 feet of Ptah, stability and strength. This healing ritual, which appears in our African holy book, the M. Haru N. Gayer, PRTMHRUNGHER, the Book of Coming Forth by Day from Night, misnamed the Egyptian Book of the Dead by Egyptologists, teaches us how to love ourselves more each day so that we can be a greater service in uplifting humanity. My Kemetic ancestors had a powerful way of bringing our spiritual bodies into balance and healing. It was done by giving us sacred words to speak in our meditations to evoke the resurrection of our Ka, soul. My favorite is Nuk Pu Nuk. Kabu Amadi, Kabu Gaman, Ker Haparu M. Natur Ha. I am that I am, a shining being dwelling in light, and I come from the limbs of the Most High, Natur. I speak these words daily, for they make me feel spiritually confident that I am divine by nature, because I am the essence of the Creator. This fills my soul and makes me complete as a Natur-Chpt, a sacred woman. My people use beauty, art, music, dance to elevate the spirit. We were the originators of the guitar, the harp, the tambourine, and the drum. Yeah, I said a fruit, not the actual tambourine, okay? And the drum, as we seen as a beautiful, holy expression, of the divine. For my people believe that beauty and goodness are the expressions of nature, the divine Creator dwelling within us. So today, we celebrate many ceremonies, rituals, and services artistically for the glory of nature. To this day, our music, our voices, and our songs often tame the violent. Let me repeat that to reiterate. To this day, our music, our voices, and our songs often tame the violent, beastly nature of all who would destroy our oppressed life. Now, that's some bad music. Bad meaning good, in order for it to tame, in order for it to change how a person is acting or feeling, or to change the mood, the scene, the scenery. Powerful. Coming home to our true selves. We are the original Lotus people, sweet, beautiful, illuminating, spiritual, and compassionate. The consciousness of one who lives in a lotus state is Nefer-Atum, a being of pure light who evolves out of mud of challenge, where the lotus seed is fertilized and grows upward to blossom into a wondrously beautiful soul of light. Asar, Osiris. The first lotus master is depicted on temple walls and papyrus scrolls with the lotus growing out of his feet. The priestess were lotus women who were lotus blossoms in their headbands. Tragically, we lost our way thousands of years ago, but some of us seek to remember to spiritually and physically grow and blossom by returning to our ancient ways. My mate is one who was touched by the ancients early in life. His first mentor was his father, James Georges, a Giriite like my father, in Tortola, British Virgin Islands. Although he was a Christian minister, he taught and guided his son in secrecy from the age of 5 in our ancient Kemetic legacy. And a seed of his father planted in him at such a young age has grown into a sturdy tree. Many years later, after much study and application and meditation, my husband, Senor Haru Ankh Ra Samahi, had been passing on this legacy by initiating many newly awakened Canaanites into their Hopi, now Valley tradition. I myself am one of the Sin Urur's most devoted students of our ancient path. For years, I kept seeking my spiritual home in many beautiful cultural and spiritual paths from other races of people. In my search, I learned to love and appreciate all forms of spiritual life. Yet I was always a visitor. All those years I was on the outside looking in while I danced their dance of the spirit, chanted their words of praise, draped myself in their garments, and spoke in a foreign tongue. But now, I have been blessed to find my way back home to self. My unique cultural expression of divinity now lives and has its breath and being within me. I'm no longer a stranger to our ancient ways. I am soulfully fulfilled because I am one with my beginnings. After 20 years in the path of purification, diligently cleansing my shay, karma, I was blessed with a living teacher who would be my chosen mate, my guide on the pathway home. I received my Ankh, my key of life, and was initiated into my legacy of Sin-Ur Ra Samaj, Se Pata, elder, priest, and the healer in African high culture and spiritual life, who has initiated thousands into the ancient way of the Mayan Kemetic Nubian legacy. I am a returning ancestor, shaking off the dust and restoring my dry bones. For my legacy says that Ankh, life is eternal. We never die. And since I'm part of that eternity, I've been blessed to pick up where I left off thousands of years ago. Because knowledge of self is in my DNA, in my melanin. I am blessed because my people were the ones who taught the world about Natur, the one all creator, about true holistic living and natural healing, and about respect of elders, nature, and community. We even taught humanity, astronomy, and astrology, how to read the planets and the stars. We were spiritually attuned before foreigners began to plague our land and our green fields and destroy our spiritual wealth. It is my people, the earth's elders, who gave the world science, math, the laying on of hands, reflexology, art, music, and dance. A legacy of magnificent beauty. So it is with tremendous gratitude that we now realign our sails with the ancient Mayan way. It brought glory to our past, and it can help us today. That does complete take number 2 here on Poem Praise 2. Stay tuned for take 3. A preview of what we'll be talking about is a brief overview of the pre-dynastic Kemet, early Egypt, our story, by Heru Ankh-Ra Samaj. So until then, I want for you to take care, be well, be blessed, and it be at thy will. I'll talk with thee soon, here on Poem Praise 2. So until next time, later, y'all.